Okay, we'll start with our prayers. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Vavatu Sahanu Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam Vyasena gratitam Puranamunina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Mashtadashadhyayini Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. May we be protected, may we be nourished. May we strive with energy and vigor. May our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not to death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa. The Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So we are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and we are in chapter 11. So this is a very important chapter because this gives us capacity to see God in His myriad form, in His multifarious universal form. So this chapter, and last time we have discussed that we are to develop the eye to see that. The attitude, proper perspective to see God in all being, in all places, in the whole universe, not only whole universe, even beyond. Now, how to develop that? See, we have to develop the perspective to see God in all being, in all places, in the whole universe. So, how to develop that? So, the hint was given by Sri Krishna in the 10th chapter, where he says, Macchittaha madgata prana. Those who have totally endorsed, totally dedicated themselves, totally depend on me, Macchittaha. They are chitta. Chitta means mind stuff. That means that which contains this being, Macchitta, Madgata Prana, and whose mind has gone to me. Mind is absorbed in me. So that means perspective can be developed by the aspirant who wants to develop. You see, this world is full of attractions. People are happy there. But some very rare people are there who want to contemplate on God, who want to see God. As Swamiji said, if there is God, He must be seen. If I have a self, I have a soul, that should be experienced. And Upanishad also says, Anya vacha vimunchat. Let all other vain talks go. Sleep. Only one thought should be there. That is to know God. That is to be known. Tamaivaikha janata atmanam anya vachu vimunchat. Know the self alone. All other vain talks, rest, they should be rested. Should be stopped. So Bhagavan said, Machittaha madgata prana. Those who are totally dedicated to me, whose mind is absorbed in me. So what I do? Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. I give them that fine intellect, that fine understanding, wisdom, by which they can know Him, know me. Machittaha madgata prana bodhyanta parasparam. He says that those whose mind is totally dedicated to me, to them ever steadfast and serving me, with the affection I give that buddhi yoga by which they come unto me. So Bhagavan already said. And Arjuna wanted to know. It is very rare that we want to know God. Very, very rare. Kaschid dhira pratyagatmanam ekshat. So Upanishad says, our senses go out. Paranchi khani. The senses are always going out. Tasmat parang pashyanti nantaratman. Therefore, we see all the time outside. There is some fun, there is some nice food to taste, and also fragrant flowers and so many things. And generally our attention goes there. Only kaschid dhiraha pratyagatmanam ekshat avritta chakshuhu amritattam ichcham. Very few people, they resolve to know the self. So what they do? They close their eyes. That means they shut their senses and dive deep. And then they only can see me. And I give them dadami buddhi yogam tam. To them I give understanding, right understanding, by which they attain me. Tesham anukampartham aham ajnanajam tam. So what I do, I remove all their ignorance from their understanding. Nashayami atma bhavastha jnana deepena bhashyata. So what I do, I remove the ignorance part and I lit the knowledge of self, as it were. Nashayami atma bhavastha. Because then one is absorbed in me. So this Bhagavan already has indicated. Now we see Arjuna is eager to know God. That is why he said, he requested, please show me your form. I want to see. It is not enough to know about your qualities. Therefore, if you think that I am able person to see you, manyase yadi tat shakyam maya drashtumiti prabho, Yogeshwara tato me tvam darshaya atmanam. Darshayam darshayatmanam abhyam. Your abhyay atma, please show me. So Bhagwan started saying, and before starting, he gave Arjuna that eye to see. That means, as Bhagwan promised, Dadami Buddhi Yogam, I gave them right understanding. So he started with that. And he gave that understanding. And then he was totally flabbergasted what he saw. You know, we see Hriday requested Sri Ramakrishna that Mama means uncle, maternal uncle. You give people so many things, but you don't give realization to me. Sri Ramakrishna said, don't worry. What you are doing, you are serving me, that's enough. Don't worry about darshan, various kinds of experiences. No, everybody is getting, and I serve all the time, and I don't get anything. So he pestered Sri Ramakrishna. So Sri Ramakrishna, what to do? He said, okay, if mother wants, then it will happen. No, it is your will, you tell me. No, okay, if mother says. And then his total perspective is changed. He saw he's not ordinary human being. He's a divine being. And he looked at it. He's above the ground, walking above the ground. And Sri Ramakrishna, his divine form. And then he shouted, said, Ramakrishna, why we are here? We are not of this place. Let us go back to our own abode. That Sri Ramakrishna was embarrassed. He said, Shala? Shala means rascal. Thak shala jad hoye. Let you be inert. Inert means, jad hoye means be as you were. You see, then he explained, I see all the time so many forms, and you only had a glimpse and you could not digest it. So, for us it is like that. Even we cannot digest. That is why we need to develop that eye first, that perspective first. So, here, what we find, we have repeated few times, so I am not going to repeat the whole thing again. So what Anadi Madhyantam Ananta Viryam Ananta Bahu Shashi Surya Netram. I just read. I see thee without beginning, middle or end, infinite in power, of manifold arms, the sun and the moon, thine eyes, the burning fire, thy mouth, heating the whole universe with thy radiance. So he said this, thou art the imperishable, the supreme being. So Arjuna, first he saw, he was astonished, total wonderment. So first was that Adbhut. And then he was out of fear, because when he saw his destructive power also, we are to take the divinity in its whole form. From one side he creates, preserves, and then he destroys also. Sri Ramakrishna had a wonderful vision. He was standing near Panchavati somewhere, and he saw a beautiful lady came out of Ganga. And then the changes happened and she looked pregnant. And then after that she delivered. And then she devoured that newborn child. So Sri Ramakrishna saw this is Maya, Mahamaya, how he creates, he preserves and also destroys. Similarly, when we see this world, beautiful creation, and we like some, beautiful creation, and when something, say baby is born, we like it. But if somebody dies, then we don't want to see. We are afraid to see the death. We are afraid. But we have to see in totality. It should not be lopsided. It should be whole, complete. So here we see Arjuna sees his destructive power also. Nowadays we have now one thing is called black hole, where everything is absorbed. Everything goes and gets destroyed. But who knows? The other side it releases, because nothing, say from two perspectives. One is, nothing is created, nothing is preserved, or it's all as it is. We see changes because as we see dreams. But some people may not able to understand this. They see real destruction. And that experience cannot be denied. When we see dream and any nightmare frightens us. So those who want to see his creation, his beautiful creation, then they are to be ready to see his destructive power also. So here what we see, first he was out of wonderment, he explains, oh what a adbhut. And then he gets fearful. And out of fear comes devotion. Real devotion comes that time. Otherwise, we take casually. We go to a shrine, we somehow do pranam, and then we close our eyes and think what we have to do tomorrow. And all these things. But when you see that fearful and astonishing, say like we are traveling by air and there is a pocket, and then devotees, they really call God, oh God, please save me, save me. So face of death frightens. At the same time, it also gives us devotion. So this is, so I'll read it, not much to explain here. Only thing that Arjuna sees myriads of forms, and not only blissful forms, but destructive forms also. So, thou art the imperishable, the supreme being, the one thing to be known. Thou art the great refuge of this universe. Thou art the undying guardian of eternal dharma. I win. Eternal dharma. Guardian of eternal dharma. Thou art the ancient Purusha. So he sees this. You are the ancient Purusha. And then he looks at, I see thee without beginning, middle or end, infinite in power, of manifold arms, the sun and the moon, thine eyes, the burning fire, thy mouth, heating the whole universe with thy radiance. So this is not easy to understand. One Swami was there, Vijayananda Maharaj, and Pashupati Maharaj. Later he was sent to South America. So he was in Varanasi, and Adbhutananda Swami, Latu Maharaj, Swami Adbhutananda Latu Maharaj was at Varanasi that time. So he asked Pashupati Maharaj, hey Pashupati, do you go to have darshan of Vishwanath? No, Maharaj. Why? Because I see only a stone there. Do you go to take bath in Ganga? No, Maharaj. I see the water is very dirty there. So after that, after say a few days, Pashupati Maharaj loved Ganga, so he was sitting there with his one friend, Swami. And then all of a sudden he saw a huge form of Shiva, white in color. And he was shaking, he was at the verge of falling in the Ganga when the second Swami held him. And then later said, what happened? Oh, I saw Shiva. So because he was perspiring and shivering, then later he met Latu Maharaj, Swami Adbhutananda. He said, hey Pashupati, what happened? Oh Maharaj, it is your grace, because of your blessing that I had darshan. After that he started going to see the Vishwanath. There it's apparently you see a stone of a Shivalinga. But it is not only that. It is more than that. Only those who have eyes can see. And most of the time, yes, people go there, they feel the attraction. That, another thing I can explain, how to find God. You see, when we like something, we love something, within that love, within that liking, it is He who resides. That's why the 10th chapter, even before that, Bhagavan spent so many shlokas that how to find God in the things of the world. Rasaham aham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shasi suryayo pranavah sarva vedeshu shabda se paurushamneshu. What are those things? He said, where to find God? If you are watching water, the sapidity in water is God. Similarly, if we see a mother, in mother's love, that is the presence of God. Is the other things are not God? What is the sign and symptoms? That which remains always. Whatever is coming and going, it's seeming. That is not the thing. We are to see that which never changes in changeful things. So when you feel liking or you feel love, try to find that aspect of God within. When you see light, what is that which is shining? That sun is shining. What is that shine? We have to try to understand. When moon is shining, what is that shine? This way we are to see God. It is not, physical is fine, that is also there. You see, when you see a mountain, when you see the ocean, you are not impressed on the outer form. There is something which invokes in you that divinity. That is what to see. So here also we find Ananta Viryam. I see thee without beginning, middle or end, infinite in power, of manifold arms. There are so many arms. See, we can see in all arms, it is his arm. Bhagavan says in 13th chapter that everywhere it is your head, everywhere it is your hand, everywhere it is your limb. So you are covering the whole universe. So this is what we are to see. Thine eye is the burning fire, thy mouth heating the whole universe with thy radiance. Now we go to the next 20th. This is what he says. This space betwixt heaven and earth and all the quarters are filled by thee alone. So this, we have to try to see within. It is not this space. And where is this space? Is it outside or is it inside? What we feel within us. It is not outside. The impulses may come from outside, but feeling is within. So this space betwixt heaven and earth and all the quarters are filled by thee alone. Having seen this, thy marvelous and awful form, the three worlds are trembling with fear. O God, souled one, O great souled one, Mahatman. Mahatman. So here address comes naturally. O great soul, O great one. It is not flattering. Flattering when somebody doesn't possess, but we say because to get some benefit out of it, and it is flattering. But here it comes naturally. And you are to praise God in His front. There is a proverb. You are to praise God, King, in their front, and friends in their back, and workers when they finish their work. So here the address Mahatman, great soul one, great one. It is automatic, it comes out, it is not flattering. Dyava prithibhyor idam antarihmi vyaptam traikena dishascha sarva. Sarva drishtvaadbhutam rupamugram tavedam lokatrayam prabhyatitam Mahatman. So, seeing this great form, even all are afraid, prabhyatitam. They are trembling with fear. They are vyatha. Vyatha means they are like as if they are under pain. And not only they are afraid, I am also afraid. Arjuna was a great warrior, fearless, totally fearless. But he also was full of fear. Prabhyatitam Mahatman. So we go to the next. Here, let us go in general because it's not much to explain. Amihi tvam surasangha vishanti kechid bhitaha pranjalayo grinanti. Swastit tuktva maharshi siddha sangha stuvanti tvam stutibhi pushkalabhi. Verily, into thee enter these hosts of devas. Some extol thee in fear with joined palms. So, because of fear, bhisho smad bhatah pavati. Why sun rise in time? It's because out of fear of you. Why air is blowing? It is because of fear of you. That means you are regulator. You reside within Antaryami and you control everything. Yamayati. And residing within you control everything. So in one aspect, He is everything. And on the other hand, He also controls everything. There is nothing without Him. He is the substratum. In ninth chapter, Bhagavan already said that whatever you see, Maya tatamidam sarvam, I have pervaded everything there. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat abhyakt murtina. I have covered it. I have pervaded everything. Matsthani sarvabhutani, all are in me, but I am not in them. What is that? Whatever, appearance, he's not appearance. Appearance because of him. Dreams come to you. You are the reality, not dreams. But without you, dreams cannot stay. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat abhyakt murtina. Matsthani sarvbhutani nachaham teshvavastita. All bhutas are on me, but I am not in them. And then he totally disowns. Nacha matsthani bhutani. Even bhutas are not on me. Pashyame yogam aishwaram. See my divine form. So he, right from the beginning, even 7th chapter, he is trying to help Arjuna to see his divine form. And through Arjuna, he is trying to teach us also how to see that reality. So whatever is temporary, we should not be satisfied with that. Various forms we like. Say we like even a dog, even things, a computer. But not to in that form. But what is the principle behind? We should love that. So not apparent thing, because apparent only appearance. What happens if I catch my shadow? I cannot hold it. Try it. So we have to hold the person whose shadow it is. So here he sees that. So when we study this Vishwarupa Darshan, so we try to see everything is his. Yes, on him everything, but not appearing things. So it should not be contradictory. It is teleological. It is one-pointed to reach that. But the problem is, we are trained, our intellect is trained to understand something as vritti janya gyan. We try to understand something, what is this? Say this one. It has a form, it has a name, it has some utilities. Nam, Rupa and Artha Kriya Karitva. It has its meaning. Say water. If I say, please bring me a glass of water. So water, what is the meaning? I understand. Bring, I understand. So immediately somebody will rush and bring me a glass of water. So it has utility. But it is vritti janya gyan. But something is there which is self-knowledge, swagyan. That we need to cultivate. That is not vritti janya gyan. Vritti will go away. It is like shadow. We have to try to hold the cause of that shadow. So here, all the forms are being explained, but we have to catch that which is the cause of all these appearances. Rupam mahatte bahuvaktra netram. Otherwise you will see, big eyes, big face. These are indicators. Say when we are driving, we say 10 miles to Portland. 10 miles. So we understand, okay, 10 miles I have to drive. So all these are indicators by which we are to try to understand what that reality is. Are they totally false? Not really. Okay, it is like this. If somebody says a lie, is it totally non-existent? Not really. It has some existence somewhere. That is why it is very difficult to explain. What we say? That it is abhyakt. It cannot be expressed. It cannot be expressed. So, what? It is neither sat nor asat. Sadasadhyam anirvachaniyam. This is not sat. The shadow is not sat. It does not exist after a person moves away. But when you see, you cannot deny. So it is neither asat nor the mixture of both. Sannapya sanya ubhayatmikano. Bhinnapya bhinna ubhayatmikano. So, this is neither true, that shadow is neither true, not untrue. Neither mixture of both. Then what is that? Sadasadhyam anirvachaniyam. It cannot be expressed. It is experienced. So it has somewhere something. And what is that something? It is the existence of the self. Because of that self, this appearance comes. And what is this appearance? Rupam mahate bahuvaktra netram mahabaho bahubahu rupadam. Having seen thy immeasurable form, Rupam Mahatte. Mahat means great. Your great form. Bahuvaktra netram. That means you have many or myriads of faces. We know generally what we see. We see face. Toby, we see face. How are you, Toby? So we see what is the expression. So Bahuvaktra, that's for he sees the faces everywhere. Netram, and eyes. We see first eyes. Mahabahu, Bahubahu Rupadam. And then we see hands, then various feet and thigh, etc. Bahudaram, then we see Udara. Udara means stomach, tummy. Bahudrangshta Karalam. And he sees a ferocious, teeth, etc. And it is in the number, it is innumerable. Having seen thy immeasurable form with thy mouths and eyes, O mighty armed, with many arms, thighs and feet, with many stomachs, and fearful with many tusks, the worlds are terrified, and so am I. Not only world are terrified, I am also terrified. Though I am fearless, but still I am terrified. When you face death, even big fellows are nowhere. Like when they fight, they cannot stand. Now they have given a new name, PTSD. Not only that, it remains for a long period of time, even passed on to generations. So this is but it is natural, jatasya hi dhruvo mritus jatasya. So who has taken form? One day this form will dissolve. It is natural. But we cannot digest it. It is difficult for us to digest. Yeah, 23, yes. Okay, take, fine. Okay, sorry, that I skipped one. Right? Rudraditya Vasu. The Rudras, Adityas, Vasus, like we have already discussed. Um, 11 Rudras, yeah, and then Adityas, 12 Adityas, Vasus, Ashtavasus, Siddhyas, all these are, we have already discussed. Vishwe Ashwinau Marutoschoshpa Pascha. So the Rudras, Adityas, Vasus, Sadhyas, Vishwadevas, and two Ashwins. So Ashwin, two twin brother, Maruts, they are that doctors. Hmm. Then Maruts, Ushmapas. Who is Ushmapa? A kind of Pitara. Pitara means mains, fathers, and forefathers, mains. So Ushmapa means when it is offered when the food is still hot, so they sustain themselves only on that Ushmapas. And host of Gandharvas, Yakshas, Asuras. We don't see all these things. But those who have developed the eyes, they can see all various kinds of Yakshas, the creatures, Asuras, Siddhas. Siddhas are perfected beings. All these are looking at thee, all quite astounded. Now we go to there. Rupam Mahatte. Mahat means great. Rupam, form. Because when you take as a whole, it's a great form. Rupam Mahatte Bahuvaktra Netram. You have many eyes, many faces. Mahabaho. And your hands are great. Bahu Bahu Rupadam. Mahabahu your address. Because, avatars, their hands are longer, the right hand longer. That's why. And those who have strength also called Mahabahu. Bahu Bahu Rupadam. Bahu Daram. Bahu Drangshtakaralam. Drishtva Lokaha. Prabhyatita Stuthaham. So not only people are afraid, not only the whole world is afraid, but I am also afraid. Having seen thy immeasurable form with many mouths and eyes, O mighty armed with many arms, thighs and feet, with many stomachs and fearful with many tusks, the worlds are terrified, and so am I. So here, yes, all these forms are also his. Sarvataha pani padam tat sarvatokshi shiromikam. 13th chapter, Bhagavan said that. My hands are everywhere. My feet are everywhere. My heads are everywhere. But we are to try to see behind this form that reality who is never changing. Now we go to the next. Navasprisham diptam aneka varnam vyatyananam dipta vishala netram drishtva hi tvam prabhyatita antaratma dhritim na vindyami shamam cha Vishnu. So, I am so afraid that I cannot hold my being. And I cannot hold my retaining power. I am losing everything. Dhritim na vindyam shamam. So even my equanimity is also getting disturbed. So I am so afraid. On seeing thee touching the sky, shining in many a color, with mouths wide open, with large fiery eyes, I am terrified at heart and find no courage for peace, O Vishnu. So Shama means it's a mental equilibrium, like where controlling of senses are there. So Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha. So we have already heard it. So Sama means controlling of senses internally, and Dama is external control of senses. So on seeing thee touching the sky, so this is, I cannot hold this. I am failing to retain my power of balance. Seeing thee touching the sky shining in many a color, with mouths wide open, with large fiery eyes, I am terrified at heart and find no courage nor peace, O Vishnu. We go to the next. Again, similar explanation, but we should not fail to note who is behind all this. Say when we see a mountain, we may see many things like a stone, the trees, and this and that, but we see the totality. That gives us astonishment. So here, we should not lose sight of that. Drangshta karalani chate mukhani drashtaiva kalan alasannibhani disho na jane. I am so confused, so out of balance that I do not know which direction this is or that one. Having seen thy mouths fearful with tusks blazing like pralaya fires, I know not the four quarters, nor do I find peace. Have mercy, O Lord of the Devas, O abode of universe. Now you can see, first he was astonished, and then he was fearful. Now gradually he is forwarding towards devotion. Disho na jane, I do not know what direction it is. Na labhe cha sharma, and I have no balance. I am losing my balance. Prasida Devesh Jagannivas, in whom the whole world reside. O Lord, please be kind and be propitious. Devesha, who is the God of gods. Devesh, Jagannivas, and whom this whole world is residing, on whom this whole world is residing. So this is the external praise and fearful appearance, but we are to see that Kalyanatamam, that what is blissful and that which is auspicious, that we are to see. Ami chvatam dhritarashtra putra sarve sahi vava nipal sangehi bhishma drona sutaputra stathaso sahasmadiyai yodhamukhi. So this two can be taken together. Bhaktrani te taramana vishanti. All are rushing towards you, to your mouth. So this also explain it. I mean, that explaining how he saw it. So this one we can just taken together. All those sons of Dhritarashtra, that means Kaurav Paksha, Dhritarashtra's son, so 100 sons of Dhritarashtra with hosts of monarchs, Bhishma, Drona, and Sutputra means Karna, with the warrior chiefs of ours also, not only them, some of our party also rushing towards you. Enter precipitately into thy mouth, terrible with the tusks and fearful to hold. Some are found sticking in the interstices, in between teeth. Some are being held there. Of thy teeth, with their heads crushed to powder. So this he saw, and that is why he is just describing that, what he saw. Now he gives an example. Yatha nadinam bahavo mubega samudrameva abhimukha dravanti tatha tavami narloka veera vishanti bhaktranya vivijjalanti. Now he gives example. Now here in a river, what we see? it rushes towards the ocean, but without knowing, without intention. Because of gravity, it rushes. So here it is that example. But some examples are there which they do willfully. So that will come later. Now here, verily as the many torrents of rivers flow towards the ocean, yatha nidina bahuvambu, many rivers, they enter into the ocean. Samudra meva vimukha dravanti, they flow to the ocean. So do those heroes in the world of men enter thy fiercely flaming mouths. So they are entering there like a black hole. It devours everything, whatever comes on the way. It has so much of power that it absorbs even light. Light also cannot come out. Such is the power of gravity there. And this recently they have, a few years back, they recorded when two galaxies collided, and then they produced some gravitational waves. So they recorded that. Anyway, so this is external world, but here what is being said, it is not external, it is internal. Arjuna was experiencing this. So he says, verily as the many torrents of rivers flow towards the ocean, so do those heroes in the world of men enter thy fiercely flaming mouths. Now, that was done naturally, but here willfully. The next example is whatever is done here is willfully. Yatha pradiptam jwalanam patanga. Flies, moths, flies, what they do? When they see fire, they are attracted and they rush to enter in that fire, into that fire. So, as moths precipitately rush into a blazing fire only to perish, even so do these creatures also precipitately rush into thy mouths only to perish. So this way, he was explaining what he saw, and his explanation we received from Sanjay. Lelihya grasamana samantat lokan samagran vadanir jaladhi tejo bhirapurna jagat samagram bhashastavagraha pratapanti Vishnu. Swallowing all the worlds on every side with thy flaming mouths, thou art licking thy lips. Thy fierce rays, filling the whole world with radiance, are burning, O Vishnu. So now he is so fearful that everything he sees, that everything is getting destroyed, and everything is in flame, everything is rushing to death. Bhagavan said also, Mrittu sarva haraschaham. As death, I take away everything. Actually, he is everything. Therefore, he is death also. And here, he will ask, Arjuna will ask, what are you? Please tell me. So he will tell that I am death. Kalosmi lokakshaya krit pravritta. Time. In time, a person is born. In time, he is raised. And in time, he disappears. So this time is the devourer. Kalaha jagat bhakshaka. It devours the whole world. So many people before us were here. And so many people will come after us. So this is the Kala. We are to see that Kala who is devouring everything and who produces also and takes away. आख्याहि मे को भवानुग्रह रूपा नमस्तुते नमस्तुस्ते नमस्तुते देववर प्रसीद विज्ञातुमिच्छामि भवन्तम आद्यम नहीं प्रजानामि तव प्रवृत्तिम. I want to know who are you and what is your intention. Tell me who thou art, fierce in form. Salutation to thee, O Supreme Deva. Have mercy. I desire to know thee, O primeval one. I know not indeed thy purpose. Please tell me. Before that, he knew Sri Krishna was his friend, his cousin. And later he'll ask forgiveness that prasabham yaduktam, whatever I said, sometimes jokingly, sometimes even dishonoring you, please forgive all those disrespectful words, because now I know who you are. So tell me who thou art, fierce in form, salutations to thee. So namastuste devavara prasad. Devavara. Vara means supreme. Vara means not superlative, greater. Varishta is that. But here it is the same meaning. Namastute devavara prasida. Prasida means be kind enough. Vijñātum ichchami, I want to know. Bhavantam adyam, I want to know you. You, Adya means you are the beginning. You are the substratum. You are everything. Please tell me who you are. And I want to know what is your intention. So Bhagavan now says, and Arjuna was trembling. To console Arjuna and to introduce himself who he was, he says, Kalosmi lokakshaya krit praviddo. I am Kala, I am time. And now I have initiated to destruct the loka. Loka means here, it's not whole loka, but here some of them. Loka kshaya, world destroying. Loka kshaya. Kalosmi, I am Kala. I am the mighty world destroying time, here made manifest for the purpose of enfolding the world. So here destruction is not mentioned. I am absorbing. Whatever was created, projected, now it is being absorbed. What we do, in the morning we open everything. So we go to the office and then we start opening our files and then we start work. And at the end of the work, then we close. It's not totally destroyed. So here it is, that's why enfolding. That means not total destruction. I'm the mighty world destroying time, here made manifest for the purpose of enfolding the world. Even without thee, none of the warriors arrayed in the hostile armies shall live. So, it says, Vitepi tvam na bhavishyanti sarve yavastita praktanikeshi yoga. So I am pravritta. I am to it that to destroy, to absorb all these. Like Shishupal. Shishupal was enemy of Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna gave word to his mother. His mother knew that he's a bit unruly, so she requested Sri Krishna that please forgive the transgressions of my son. So Sri Krishna gave him gave her word that, okay, I'll pardon his 100 transgressions. But as soon as he crosses that, then I'll not. So Shishupal was abusing and calling names to Sri Krishna. And when Sri Krishna was counting, he said, "No more. If you have crossed, you have just completed 100, no more. Then he'll get destroyed." And still he did. And then Sri Krishna called his Sudarshan Chakra, and his head was cut. But lo and behold, what happened? Shishupal's self was taken by Sri Krishna and absorbed in him. So those who are apparently anemic, they are also part of God, and some devotees worship God in an attitude of enemy. So they also worship God, but the attitude is enemy, like Ravana. So here, in modern days, the terrorists, they also worship God. How they do? They are so brainwashed that if they kill others, and in that process they themselves are killed, they'll go to heaven. So that way also, it's very difficult to understand this world. So after that we go, Tasmat, what is the time? Yeah, time is up. Tasmat tamuttishta yasho labasya. He said, Jitva shatrun bhungsha rajyam samriddham mayi vaiti nihata purvameva nimatta matram bhava sabde sachini. Why I said this? Because if I say openly, then people will blame me. Oh, you are supporting. So we say it is difficult to understand this creation. They are very sincere. At least because of brainwashing, they have that understanding. Yes, if I do this, then I'll get to heaven and will get 72 hoors. They are waiting there. And also the honey and milk and liquor is flowing by, and just as much as you want to drink, all these foolish ideas. Anyway, therefore do thou arise and acquire fame. He said, I have already killed them. Only you need to be a nimitta matram bhava sabde sachin. You have to be a pretext. Conquer the enemies and enjoy the unrivaled dominion. Verily, by myself have they been already slain. Be thou merely an apparent cause. For Sabyasachi. Sabyasachi means he used to throw arrows. He could throw arrows by both hands, like this way and this way also. Sabyasachi. So we'll stop here. So we should not lose sight of this this explanation. Now we should not lose sight of reality behind this explanation. That being who is the substratum of all these appearing qualities. Okay, we say our prayer. Yeah? Yeah, free will, there is no free will. If you read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, there also, you'll see this point was discussed. And Girish was there. And argumentation was given. Does it mean that we should not do anything? Not really. If you don't do anything, you will face the pinching of your viveka. Vivek means power of discrimination will say, no, 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 you have not done correctly. So it is very difficult, of course. It is difficult. Whatever comes to us, that we have to perform. And rest, we have to depend on the divine. You know, what is free will? Say, let us see. Our blood is being circulated. Heart is pumping. Can we control it? It's happening automatically. So many things are happening in this body. So many thoughts are coming and going. We have no control over it. I talked about the heart. Heart is like, we cannot stop it. Or it is not under our will as of now. Similarly, breathing also. It is automatic. You stop and somebody will push you to take breath. Same thing. What is, say, like when you are driving, what is under your control? It looks like it is under our control, but it is not. That is why Bhagavan said also, Prakritihe kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudatma karta aham iti manyate. Those who are egoistic fool, they think that I am doing, but everything is done by Prakriti. See, here also today we are sitting here. You know, unthinkable where I was and how I came to Portland and all these things. How this happens? So if we consider, then we'll find that nothing is in our control. But at the same time, whatever is ordained to me or ordained to us, that we have to perform. That also it is controlled from within. Antaryami, antarnihitam yamayati yasva. That means who resides within and he guides us. Do this way or don't do this way. So, then what we are? That is why Bhagavan said in the 18th chapter, Bhagavan said that tasmat that is sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yuddhacha. He said that before that. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Leaving aside everything, just take refuge in me. Aham tva sarva papebhya mokshasyami marficha. I remove all your bad karmas and don't worry about it. So what we have to do? Mam anusmara yuddhacha. See, even Sri Krishna instructed Arjuna, nimitta matram bhava sabbe sachin. And in 18th chapter, Bhagavan said, even if you try to not to fight, prakriti swam niyokshasi. Your prakriti will engage you. You cannot shy away. You cannot run away from this place. So, if you cannot run away, you do willingly. And not only willingly, offer that to me after doing this. So we have no escape. We are to offer our services thinking that it is by the will of Lord it is happening, and the result also goes to Him. We have been given this opportunity to serve Him in this way. That is why Mam Anusmara Yuddhacha. Remember me and fight it on. Okay, we say our prayer and then we'll have. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Enter in the secret chamber of your heart of hearts. Enter into perfect stillness, find the one within. Let the worldly fade away, no thought of self intrude. Then will come the peace of mind that you've been searching for. Dwell, O mind, within yourself. Enter no one else's home. If you seek, there you will find all that you've been searching for. Enter in the secret chamber deep within your heart. The Lord who answers every prayer will steal away your heart. How many pearls and precious stones are scattered all about the outer court that lies beneath the chamber of your heart. Dwell, O mind, within yourself. Enter no one else's home. If you seek, there you will find all that you've been searching for. All that you've been searching for.